Good morning, friends. We'll start same basic study guide casting. Which of the following may cause a discontinuity even though its intended purpose is to prevent shrinkage cavities by absorbing heat from the molten metal in the center of casting? The internal chill. There is a directional cooling. There are internal chills. The size is bigger, not smaller things, no. The design of casting is important because the quality of finished product can be adversely affected by all of the following except temperature of the mold immediately prior to casting. That is except, not depend on. In a casting shrinkage occurs before, during, and after the transformation from liquid to solid. Large voids or porosity in a casting result from gas evolution before and during solidification. The part of casting where the gate or riser attached may provide a concentration point for discontinuities. During the solidification of a casting, the shrinkage that occurs may cause cavities that are enlarged by the evaluation of gases. Risers, feeders, and feed heads in casting serve to provide source of molten metal to compensate for shrinkage. The casting process used to produce elongated shapes by drawing solidification metal from water-cooled mold baked by molten metal is continuous casting. Green sand casting molds include sand, clay, water. Another term for precision casting and the lost wax process is investment casting. Which of the following entity method can be commonly used to inspect casting for the core sheet and unfused chaplets and to determine that all core materials have been removed? Radiographic testing. Permanent molds are most frequently made of metal. Mold material in the form of insert that exclude metal flow and thus form internal surface or passage in a casting are called cores. A casting process used to produce hollow products like large pipes and hollow shaft is centrifugal casting. Each of the following metals has low strength and high corrosion resistance and used largely in die casting operation. Zinc. Small metal supports used to support position cores become the part of casting by fusing with the molten metal. Such devices are called chaplets. Casting molds made by covering heated metal patterns with sand that is mixed with particles of thermosetting plastic are called shell molds. Which of the following is true regarding solidification of molten metal in a casting mold? Cooling takes place in phases having different rates that produce different types of grain structure in different sections of casting. The term used to describe a discontinuity in a casting that occurs when molten metal interfaces with already solidified metal with a failure to fuse at the interface is cold shut. Metal forming. Which of the following product forms a generally selected high strength and control property directionally? Forging. Metal forming. So deformation of metals provided a number of advantages. Which of the following is not an advantage? Deformation process increase the probability of discontinuity formation. Nothing like that. NDT is often used on product intended for secondary operation to ensure that further operation are not performed on material that contain discontinuities that could cause rejection of manufactured part. Which of the following would have the least ductility? Cast iron. An NDT method best suited to locate discontinuities caused by inclusions rolled into steel plate ultrasonic testing. Forged products invariably exhibit directional properties. Slabs, blooms, and billets are the shapes that ingot is rolled into prior to a variety of secondary operation. The mill working process used most to form metals into three-dimensional shapes is forging. Before cold finishing operation can be done on hot rolled materials. Cleaning is often done by immersing in hot rolled material in acid baths in a process called pickling. So before doing cold rolling, they pickled so that the surface the chips by hot rolling and all, there are oxidized chips are there. So they have to and stick to this hot roll material. So by pickling they are removed and then have nice surface to cold roll. Then you can have the perfect surface. Which of the following statements are true concerning deformation process? Cold work usually follow hot working. Machinability and fatigue resistance are improved for most metals that have been cold worked. During the steel making process, a large number of discontinuities such as slag, porosity, shrinkage cavities exist in the top of ingot. These discontinuities are removed by cropping off 1 to 1/3 of the top of the ingot. The mill working process performed principally on flat products and bars that improve hardness, strength, surface finish, and dimensional accuracy is cold rolling. Discontinuities with their origin in the original ingot can be reduced in severity by the closing and welding of voids and the breaking up and elongation of inclusions, by which the following process, hot rolling. Most seamless tubing made without weld is produced by piercing. Cold rolling steels usually begin with a material that has been previously hot rolled to dimension close to the size of finished product. The flat products such as cold rolled strip and sheet, ultrasonic and radiation gauges may be used to provide an accurate measurement of thickness. Most steel pipes is produced by forming and welding. A person that requires the use of large powerful equipment that forms ductile material into a wide variety of long-length uniform cross-sectional shapes best described extrusion. Most new development in sheet metal forming typically use non-conventional energy source. What is the common features of this process? The use of energy source that release large amount of energy in a very short time. Among the other factors, the advantageous effect of free crystallization depend on the temperature at which deformation takes place. Which of the following is not an application for powdered metal products? Electric motor housing, their casting. In drawing and deep drawing, the final step often be completed in a series of draws, each necessary deeper. What process performed between draws might effectively reduce the number of draws required? Recrystallization. Powder metallurgy provides two unique advantages in the metal processing. One of the capability to produce shape and objects of refractory metals that are extremely impractical to melt. The other to produce metal shape with controlled porosity. Spinning can be used to form spherical deep drawn shapes. A major purpose of pressing the metal powders during the powder metallurgy processing is to compact the powder into mechanical and atomic closeness. Which of the following terms doesn't describe operations that bend, stretch, shape sheet metal into three-dimensional shape with significant plastic flow and deformation, shearing? Powder metallurgy products cannot attain 100% theoretical density. In the powder metallurgy process, sintering is in most cases, is a fully solid state process. Okay, friend, we'll stay here, then we again start.